Good morning. Welcome everybody to Monitoring Made Easy, sponsored by Berntson. Today we have George Rothbucher live from Germany, and he's going to talk about his product line that really helps with monitoring issues. And with that, George.
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Deborah, for organizing all these things. I just wanted to say that Robotic Systems and Berntson, we know each other about 20 years, and since 17 years, Berntson is selling our product in the United States. In the last session, we had our reference points, one point fits all, our survey accessory system. And just because some people ask about when the adapter for the power sockets in the United States are available, we have good news. So they will be available about next week. So the production is already done. So we have to do some fine adjustment, and next week we can send them out, just for information because people ask. Okay, today we have our system monitoring system. And we have on that system, I'm start here going on my computer. So today we will talk about monitoring in manual mode and in robotic mode. Manual mode mostly target reflectors, and in the automatic mode we're talking about our Prism system. Also a part will be one point fits all, and at the end also monitoring in combination of total station, scanner, drones. More and more people asking for possibility to combine instruments, to use also drones for monitoring. We have already for since some years we have experience with that. We also sold some product for that, and we will show the application we are offering. So we're starting with the monitoring in manual mode. This will be the shorter part because more and more people want to use robotic total station. That's why we still want to continue more and more with Prism and our Prism system. On the monitoring in manual mode, the most important things for me when we're talking about the product and what we offer is the easy handling of the system we offer, the easy fixing. Important is also no drilling. We have solutions that you don't have any angle problems because we have to talk about accuracy on monitoring. The angle is a big issue in general in the manual mode. We have less accuracy than with prisms. So when we have a good view to the target, we're talking about 1-2 millimeter accuracy, but with angle issues, we have quite fast, we're talking about 3-4 millimeter accuracy, and this is for a lot of projects not acceptable. That is also why we have these targets and more people using the prisms. So then we have solutions, we're talking about short-term monitoring and monitoring for decades. Therefore, we have all material in temperature and UV resistance. We guarantee from minus 112 Fahrenheit up to plus 176 Fahrenheit. This is plus minus 80 degrees Celsius. Then no one can guarantee target reflectors. I'm wondering when I see target reflectors alone on bridges as an example, or outdoor on a facade, because if the target is falling off, or maybe because of sun, because of snow, because of rain, or a sandstorm, you cannot use it anymore. You're losing your measurement point. In our system, even when the target reflector is destroyed, you can replace original measurement point quite easy. And I want to show you our unique trick system, even when the survey point is destroyed, to replace original measurement point quite fast, easy, with low cost. And also sometimes we need to have the same measurement point from different area. And then often people said, oh, I need to place a 360 prism on the wall. I want to show you a solution of the cheapest way to create your own 180 degrees or 180 degrees plus targets. Okay. So this is the second topic, the monitoring in ATR in combination with other instruments, scanner and drones as an example, reference points done quickly and easily. Then for also again for made in short terms, and definitely at the end I want to show you that no one else offers more and better solution for fixing long and short terms. So let's start with the smart targets. Therefore, I need to show you something here on the screen, because as I told you, I'm still surprised that people, they are going to, let's say, using target reflector alone. And I'm wondering if something happened that then they're losing their measurement point. As an example, we have all these targets in red and in gray. The material, I guarantee, plus minus 80 degrees. You have seen it in the Fahrenheit. It's quite cold and hot, so that is definitely good. So then you can write all from information with a waterproof pen or punch numbers. You cannot destroy these targets. Then you can glue them or screw them. 90%, more than 90% are glued. So, as I told you, we cannot guarantee the target reflector itself. That's why we always have a crosshair behind, and you can see the strings, they are always going until the end of the target. And this is a standard on our system. So if something happened, you just take off the target reflector, the rest of the target reflector if it's destroyed, and you just replace in original place a new target, and you have the same measurement point accurate in a few minutes for low cost, but the original measurement point still exists and still you can still use them for decades. And then we have, I can show you these targets here, also red and gray. Red is always used mostly on construction sites for monitoring. The gray ones are often used on facades because they are less visible. People don't want that passenger walking by always grab the targets or something like this. That's why we have these two colors. Let's carry on with this, but this is very important for me that you can see how we can produce targets for using for decades and years. Okay, then I just give you some examples. Like here, these are some examples from New York City, because when we're talking about United States, I wanted to show you that they already used around the world. We have here also, when you see this monitoring job here, you definitely will have angle issues. So that's why we have developed these angle targets. They are really easy to fix because they have a special ground where the glue can easy and hold the target. Also, we have good glue, what you can use on almost any surfaces. Some people, they said, okay, when let's say to get less angle issue, they ask for bigger targets. As an example, on that tower here, this is, by the way, this is Burj Khalifa, in Dubai, and this tower was monitored with our target. So the surveyor decided, going far away, that he has no angle issue. But The easier way is to use these angle targets, and because of the angle, you don't have any angle issue. The only thing what I definitely have to say, you cannot center these 2 points. So the best way is to give them a position number like A and B, and then you know these are 2 points. We have other solutions to fix targets that you can use from both sides. I show you later. So then they are used on roofs. Very popular is the track monitoring, as you can see here, because now the surveyor, he can stand outside danger area. When a train is coming, he has to wait until the train passing by, and then he can continue the monitoring job. Here you can also see, these are pictures from the United States, and you can see there is a steel sheet piling next to the track. So before excavating here, they fix all the targets, and they have both under control, the steel sheet piling and the track. Also very popular is for bridges. For bridges, we have also different kind of options. We are still in the manual mode. So that means we have these adapters here, what you can glue. But there is also a second version, what is very popular. What we have now also solutions for the robotic version is using anchor sleeves as reference points, because an anchor sleeve, once is fixed in the concrete, no one can change it, no one can take it away. And we have here what you can see, that is the foreman used the steel, the DB15 threaded rod, and here you see one of the holes for the anchor sleeves, and we are using this anchor sleeves for monitoring. So, and now what I want to show you is, this is the Koen Tunnel in Amsterdam. And the Koen Tunnel in Amsterdam, the Rijkswaterstaat, that's the government there, they wanted to have a guarantee about 40 years. So I laughed and said, no one will give you a guarantee about 40 years, but I can show you something, how we can, let's say, make sure that you can use these reference points for a very long time. So we have here these adapters, stainless steel. Highest quality in stainless steel is V4A. And then we have our very good target reflectors, as you can see, gray and red. They are always fixed, coming fixed like this. And we have plus minus 80 degrees here. Behind the target reflector, we have a cross here. But then the question was, what happened if someone destroyed that point? And then I said, it's very easy. You just take off the fixing. You buy for low cost a new angle target, and you just click it on, and in 2 minutes, you have original same measurement point again. Not a big effort, low cost, and you can carry on with accurate the same survey point for the next years and years. These targets are fixed at the Koen Tunnel now for almost, I think, between 10 and 15 years. And they still use the first targets. Because of their success, what we had in the Koen Tunnel, Rijkswaterstaat decided also using a lot of our targets for bridges. But now more and more they use the robotic versions, because we have nice product, what I want to show. The next thing what I definitely want to show you is this system here, because now we have the option to glue targets to bring the reference point in direction to the total station for more accuracy. And here, this I also need to show you is, I would say, let's create 180 degrees prism. And when we're talking about 180 degrees prism, what is the, let's say, the worst case for our customers in the 180 degree or 180 degrees 360? Most people then buying a 360 prism, fix it on the wall, and the 360 on the wall is 180. So, but they have to drill, they have high cost, all these things what they don't want. And now I show you something what is available for the target reflectors and for the prism. So whatever I show you now, later you have the option to do the same thing with the prism. So as an example, you just go here, you click them together, and now you have 60 millimeter in different, the same point. If you want, let's say, let's do 180. And I use two colors because it makes sense for me to say the center, the gray one, is 0, and then we have plus 60 and minus 60 millimeter. Definitely you need to mount them well horizontal, otherwise it doesn't work. But show me a cheaper version of a 360 on the wall. There is nothing as cheap available. And as I told you, it's 180 plus, because we can do something what a 360 not can do. We also can combine it in that direction. So this, once again, is 60 millimeter. So you see, this is, yeah, nothing like this is available only with our system. And then you can even use one of our targets here. So you can glue it on, and at the end, if no one wants to go back for that money, but you can even click them off and use it somewhere else if you like. The same system exists with the prisms I show you later. Okay, and then the next version would be then the 360 target reflector. With our survey accessory system, one point fits all, the RSFPX90 or a 99. And now we are coming with this. We are coming to our next point. Let's talk about the robotic version. So as I said before, more and more people, they want to use robotic total station, number one. The second thing is, if you signed a contract with an accuracy of 1 millimeter or less, then you definitely have to use Prism, otherwise that doesn't work. And I'm still wondering that people using a half second, a 1 second, or a 2 second instrument, and then they're using target reflectors and, let's say it's smart, bad prisms. Bad prisms with a high bad prism has no high accuracy, and so there are so many cheap prisms on the market. It's terrible. And so we have seen some of these prisms. We have tested them, and they are between 5 and 10 arc second. So please, 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 always when you buy prisms, ask for the accuracy or test them. And of course, the best way is you get a white paper. And we have, for all our prisms, we have a white paper. At the moment, we have it for almost all the new, the latest is the 220 degrees prism. We are going to have a white paper as soon as possible. And what important is now for the robotic total station in high precision, first of all, we have the higher precision. You can use these for longer distances. You can use them in ATR mode. Then we have this prism. I will show you that you can fix this prism as fixed as target reflectors. Because some people, they said, oh, these reflectors, they are so handsome, it's so easy to fix them. I can show you that our system is as easy, but you have all the other frills what you have into the total station. So we buying the highest quality instrument with all these frills, and then we don't use them. So then we have a 220 degrees prism available, and they are also easy to fix as the other prisms. And also we are the only one offer a protection cap as an example for monitoring in tunnels, for minings, in winter time when we have snow and ice and all these issues, no problem for us. All system, you can have the best products, but the most important point is the handling of these prisms, and that's why we have the best fixing ever developed. It's part of one point fits all. Then we have solutions for all kinds of surfaces, and then it's for monitoring. For me, one of the most important points is we have a lot of solutions that we ensure that the fixed point can be restored if necessary, and even when it's destroyed by a stone, by an accident, or even by people walking by, we have all these issues we heard about. And the next thing what I want to show you is our monitoring system, what you can combine with total station and using all kinds of instruments, very popular as camera and drones, but also other options are possible. But the same XYZ coordinates. Depending on the instrument, you can have highest accuracy because we start with the best accuracy. And that's what I also always say, if you have bad accessories, if you have a bad instrument or a bad accessories, it doesn't matter, you cannot get good results. Good results you can only have with a good instrument and good accessories. So when we're talking about monitoring in automatic mode, that starts 15 years ago or something like this. I was the first one who was thinking about developing a prism what we can glue. From the beginning, everyone was talking about, and it has success, so we use them. But I have mentioned quite fast, we have a lot of issues with these targets here, with these prisms, because the prisms are too tiny. We have angle issues. We have no long distances. And all these things, we cannot use them from two sides, and on and on and on. And then I developed also these very tiny prisms. They have special uses for, let's say, when we're talking about dam monitoring, because now we can even use a small hole or like this here on a wall like this. The smallest joint you can use for monitoring. So we have now the mini prism system for monitoring with the most options for fixing and for using. So the first one is, once again, as I showed you with the target reflector, we have the possibility to combine them in all directions. So that means it's still cheaper than any 360 or even our 220 degrees prism, but you have different XYZ coordinates, and you have to calculate the tilt, the heights between what is always 60 millimeter, whatever you do. But some people prefer using one reference point. Then we have, later I show you the easiest and best solution. So talking about monitoring, we're selling thousands and thousands and thousands for track monitoring. Why? Because we have the very easy solution for mountains. So we can mount these prisms directly on the track and not here, because here we often have people walking by and destroy the survey mark, or they hit the prisms, everything. They don't do it when the prisms are directly on the track itself. And how easy it is, I want to show you here on that film. So we have our carry plate, and together with the carry plate makes the success of that part, because we have the glue. We put them together with the carry plate. We fix the prism on the track, bring it in accurate position, done. Then after harden, then we just at the end we can take the prism with us, and the cheap thing, the carry plate, remains on the track. That costs nothing, and the prism you can use again and again and again. So this is one version. We have a second version, which is the fastest fixing ever on steel and on track. There is just one thing what we have to think about. It's the temperature, because magnets working only up to 80 degrees plus. This is 176 Fahrenheit. The most area don't have that problem. On some parts, definitely on, let's say, very hot spots like, let's say, maybe Arizona, I would say, maybe has this in temperature in summer. But only a few parts have this issue. And even there, they use the magnetic blades, because they said there is no faster fixing. They just take a little glue on the magnet and fix it like this. And because now the glue can harden up. But if you don't have that issue, this is the best and fastest fixing ever for monitoring on steel. The prisms are tested for, now we have tested them for a year, but before we start selling these prisms, there was a test for longer than 6 months in Switzerland on the worst conditions. So we had all kind of bad conditions, and no more cleaning, that's important. No more drying up, because it doesn't matter if the track is wet or not. That all doesn't matter. You just click on, bring it in position, and done. So the same system, we offer a 220 degrees prism, also with prism or with a carry plate. So it's that everyone can decide if you glue them, if you use a prism. And this is very good, because now, let's say every 50 meter or 100 meter, depends what is forced on that project. Sometimes we need them more often, using the same point from different areas, and sometimes it's only used by 1 of 100 meter, and often we have it 1 over 50 meter or something like this. So, but everything, it's possible. And you see, this is also a very accurate prism. It's tested from with Trimble and Leica already. We have, once again, this we have available in copper and silver coating, like all our prisms. That's what I also need to say is we recommend copper coating for hexagon. That means for Leica and for Geomax. And all other, for Trimble and all other instruments, we recommend silver coating. You will not find a difference when you use them, let's say less than 500, 600, 700 meter or less than 500 meter, because this, the difference you will recognize in ATR. It's a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, click in. And the next thing is, you on the maximum distance, you reach, let's say, a 100 meter longer with the correct coating. And as I said, gray on track, a lot of countries only gray is allowed. On some countries doesn't matter. So because red can be a signal, but I guess in the States you can use gray and red. both with silver and copper coating. Monitoring on construction side is the next thing I want to talk to you. So that means, as an example, a one-side formwork. Now with our magnetic base, there is no easier way just to click it on, bring the robotic total station to the Prism, and now the surveyor is standing outside danger area. He not disturb any people working on concrete work. That is and he has a tablet in the hand, and when he can see there is an issue, he can say stop, please cool down with concreting, and there is no easier way to monitor such things. Or like here, when we have the crane is next to a difficult area, then it makes also sense, just click the Prism on and you easily can see if something happened with the crane. And now we are going for the long time monitoring and the easiest fixing. So this is our one-point-fits-all system. That means we have all kind of fixing on different surfaces. We have here tilting height 45. So whatever you put on that, here with this is accurate, the same XYZ coordinates in millimeter accuracy when you use only the Prism 0.6 millimeter. The same here is if you use this part, this tilting height 100. Tilting height 100 means that you now can use all these items on the right-hand side, prisms, target reflectors, slam and scanner targets, a sphere, and then also mobile mapping target or a big targets for scanner. Whatever here you put on that point, the same point again. We also have a higher, bigger plates with the same, with tilting height 200. But for monitoring, this is the main what you need. So you can see that here we have the stainless steel washer, and I have to explain that a little bit just for the people who has never seen that before, because it is so simple that sometimes people cannot believe. Stainless steel washer, but stainless steel for magnetic, very important. So now I show you something. As an example, you can now glue or screw the stainless steel washer. You take the prism, you click it on, and on 360 degrees over the same point. You cannot do something wrong. You can take it off and on whenever you want. So this is easy. If you want to combine, let's say as an example with a scanner, you click the scanner targets on, offset 0, same point. You can see it is as easy. So also I show you another target. It is our bigger target, our mobile mapping target, or the target for scanner. So once again, you can click this on, and even that, here the surface, millimeter accurate, the same height. So you see, and this with the reference point. Depending, I need to say, depending for how long you want to use this, or depending if you leave the target or leave the prisms, then it makes sense to think about what kind of reference point we want to use. In general, we have our standard target, what we use a lot on construction sites. For monitoring, depending, so when you click on a bridge as an example, and I'm coming once a week or once a month, just click in, measure, click off, done. When you want to leave the prism, then it makes sense to use the bigger plate. Why? Because now when you click that in, it's also stainless steel, but the platform is much bigger and we have much more power with the magnet base. So because of heavy wind, vibration and all the things, I would then, if you leave the prism, I would always go for a bigger plate. But we have all kind, what I'm showing you now, all kind of fixing we have with a smaller washer, or the bigger option for more magnetic power. And now I want to show you for all surfaces the different things what you can do. As an example here, as I told you, you can now measure with a robotic total station, and if you want later on you can use it for scanner or drones, also for monitoring. Here as an example, I would say, oh wait a minute, we're going over here. So we have now the option, you can glue it on, but if you want to use it for decades, I will weld them. So we have here one platform what we use for difficult surfaces to glue. We have then also an option to drill and glue. But here as an example, let's say for monitoring of less than 2-3 years or up to 2-3 years, I would glue. And for longer time or for longer term monitoring, I would weld them. So the next thing is what we offer is there is something electricity here. We have, of course, we have the option to drill. Here we have a heavy-duty anchor with our stainless steel washer, with the normal one and the bigger plate. And there is the easiest way to fix them, 10mm hole to drill, screw them in, and done. Very popular it is also here in Europe on historic building, because we have only a 10mm hole, so you can use it between the bricks in the joint of between the bricks. And so this is also very popular for monitoring of historic building. The second option is, of course, to glue these prisms on, or these reference points on. So once again, important is we do not destroy surfaces. So we have always different kind of options without destroying the surface. Extreme, I would say this is one of the most important new stuff we offer. All kind of tie holes on a construction site, on a bridge, on a retaining wall. We have thousands of these tie holes. The tie holes, or a clamping point, some people call it clamping point. Every single one now you can use. Once again, we have one adapter for 22-24mm and one adapter for 27-29mm tie holes, and you can all then use now and for long-term monitoring. And no one can take away your survey point, because a clamping point, a tie hole, you cannot shift, you cannot destroy. Even if someone destroys or a stone hits a prism, then you just click on another prism and done. But you will never ever lose your survey point, even for decades. And you don't have to drill. On bridges is not allowed to drill, but on the tie hole, even if the tie hole rate is already closed by, if it's an adapter, you just take off the adapter. If it's on a material, you can drill into the material, because you cannot destroy the reinforcement. That is very, very, very important. So this is another great option for monitoring. So I can show you this one here as an example. So we have here the bridge, and we have all these tie holes and clamping points. So here you can see still at the beginning we have the plastic cover. We take off the cover, put in our adapter, and now at the end you just put in the prism, done. And at the end you can take off and on the prism, or even better, you use one of the tie holes on top. No one can reach. Take a gray one and you can leave it there. If you want, you can cover it with a protection cap. I show you later, but then you have to use one of the bigger targets. That's what I want to show you. A second option is also very, very popular because now we have also anchor sleeves. As I told you, we have an adapter for anchor sleeves with a DB15 threaded rod. This is the same steel as the foreman used for the formwork. And you can see the position on that anchor sleeve. It's not on the wall here. It's on the new ceiling, on the new floor. There cannot be a tie hole, so it must be an anchor sleeve. When you see they look quite similar, but there is no easier way. Or for when you plan a new wall or a new project for monitoring, you can even say, why not putting some anchor sleeves on top on there? We just throw them in because no one is able to take your survey point away because the anchor sleeve is in the concrete, and you just have to throw the adapter in together with the prism. And for people maybe never have seen an anchor sleeve, there are 1,000 different kinds of anchor sleeves. As an example, this is one of these. They are mostly two parts. This part usually is if this is the formwork, you use this one and a nail and you fix it on the shutter. Then you take the anchor sleeves, put them on, fix it on the reinforcement so that it cannot fall down if the concrete, when they put the concrete into the formwork, then the formwork will be closed. Because this is fixed by nail on the shutter, it goes out with the shutter when the shutter is going away from the wall. And then you have here the hole. And now the only thing to do is we put a prism. Where is my prism? Here it is. Wait a minute. I would always take the prism here on that adapter. And now you just throw the prism in, bring it in the accurate position, done. No one can take this point away. And that's, some people ask me why our prism, you can only turn to the right. Because here, when you want to take it away at the end, you need to turn it to the left. And now, together with the adapter, you can put it out of the, this is when we use it for resection. When we use it for long-term monitoring, we will always leave them mostly. And then, as I said, most people then using, as an example, on a bridge, the gray ones, bring it to the accurate position. There is no easier way to fix it. You don't destroy anything. And you can really, you have a solution for decades. Good. The next thing is, once again, we have here, what we show here is we have the same adapter with short and long. That's what I want to show you. We have a longer version and a shorter version. And once again, for difficult surfaces, then we are drilling an 18mm hole. And when we see that here, this is as an example, this was a very, very tricky wall. Has to be monitored for a long time. So then they use it with a longer rod to drill in a bigger hole, glue them in, and now they can use it for a long time. In tunnels, we have now minimum 3 options. Now we have 4 options. The number one is we use a joint with our heavy-duty anchor. The second option is we use tie holes. The third option is when there are anchor sleeves. We can use the anchor sleeves because often anchor sleeves are used in tunnels as well. And we still can glue. So you see, we have 4 options for easy fixing in a tunnel. And when we're talking about tunnel, as I said, tunnel and mining, they always have the problem of dusty area. And that's why I have developed a protection cap. And the protection cap is also available in a magnetic version, so that no one wants to use a ladder. And now we have an iron cube using on a prism, and you can see that here up to, let's say, 3, 4, 5 meter, the prism pole, you can use it, and you don't need a ladder. So you just have here, you put it on the prism pole, and you can take the magnetic protection cap on and off. Before I forget, all these videos I have shown you now are available on our website to watch, or at bernsen.com. I guess they also have the videos on there. And then we are going for the next very difficult surface, that is glass. On glass, we have an awesome, good suction cap. But when we're talking about monitoring on glass, I need to say we have tested our suction cap outside here on really difficult, it was southwest, on the southwest side, between, let's say, summer and winter. But for testing, we didn't pump twice. That's very important. Without pumping twice, we could use them for 8 months. But for a monitoring job, definitely, I would make a note in my agenda, and to pump minimum every, let's say, every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, someone needs to go there and pump, and then you can use it for a long time to monitor. And if you want to be sure, you can also use it next to an edge, so it cannot go down, but it's the first time you have the option to monitor glass, a glass facade or a glass building or something like this. And a lot of people using for resection, and in combination with total station scanner and drones or a LiDAR. But as I said, if you put into your agenda to say, okay, every 3 or a minimum once in a month, someone is going there and pump, and then I'm not afraid that you can use it for months. So also then we have a protection cap for our stainless steel washer. Why? Because when we're talking about monitoring on bridges on difficult area like in Finland, in Norway, but also I guess in Canada or in the north of the United States, we have in wintertime, we have snow there, we have ice rain. And as a surveyor, you're looking for your survey point, and then you have to clean it up. That is not nice, but these are magnetic caps. So you just take these off, and then it's much easier to use once again, the prisms, again, take it on and off. The next thing is that we have here the combination of prisms and drone targets. So it's a few years ago, we reached an accuracy of 1 millimeter together with the University of Braunschweig. So that means that was a project in Hamburg, as you can see that here. So they are mounted on a tribrac to bring it in accurate alignment. And then you have the prism, and once again, 60 millimeter up, we had the drone target. I need to say 1 millimeter in 35 meter heights, we had a physical accuracy of 0.3 millimeter. But as important, and you can see that here, this is the best example for a good result. They had awesome good technology on instruments, and we had the good accessories. So a good accuracy you can only reach if you have both in good quality. If one of that, it doesn't matter if the instrument or the accessory is not good, you cannot reach high accuracy. This is not possible. So this is what people always forget. They spend, let's say, $50,000 for a good instrument, and then they are afraid to use some $100 for good accessories. I'm sorry to say, why are you spending that money for an instrument when the accessory is not good? So this is what we need to think about when we sign a contract for a millimeter or less. In the same time, I have to say, I don't understand a government. They said, okay, you have to use a 1-second instrument. What they forget is you have to use good quality accessories, maybe with a white paper, show you that you have this. So this is maybe also a thing what people doing the inscription, they have to think about, that we have to talk about also good quality accessories to reach high accuracy. So then we have here, if you just think about, we have all cases for that, different cases for the prisms. We have here a combination, so you can use, we have the prisms, we have some accessories for fixing. Then we have here also the space for the tablet, the charger for the tablet, for the big prisms, what you use on the prism pole, and extra additional. So all these things are available. On our website now is a new catalog. It's also a new brochure available to download. If you need a printed version, let us know. Berndsen will also have some to send it over to you. Then you can, on our website, you will always find the newest version of products. On our YouTube channel, you can see all these films. If you want to be always up to date, follow us at LinkedIn, and save the date for the next discussion on December 7th, 10 a.m. Chicago, what is about 5 p.m. here in Germany. And if you have, let's say, tricky questions that maybe I can have a look what is the best version for you, you can send the question to Deborah Oakes at doakes@berndsen.com. All these products, what I have shown you, is available at Berndsen. And now we are talking about, if you have any question, just let me know.
Well, thank you, George. That was a great presentation. And just to remind you, please join us on December 7th at 10 o'clock Central Time. And George will be there to answer your questions. And you can get all these products at berndsen.com.
Thank you so much again from my side. And I'm looking forward then, see you then next time on December 7th. And if you and your team, maybe you said, oh, I want to see these products maybe together with my team because we have, let's say, special projects or something like this, we can set up anytime a team meeting. That's easy to do now. And so do not hesitate to ask for that. We can only set up in a short time. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward then seeing you next time here in the States on any shows. The next show is World of Concrete in Las Vegas. I will be there, or at Intergeo I'm always, or at GeoBusiness, wherever. Looking forward, and I'm always happy if you coming to visit us. Thank you so much, and goodbye.